Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most intense episodes of the entire series so far. Alien Earth Episode 7, this is the episode that completely shifts the narrative. It doesn't just give us answers about the alien ruins, it forces us to question everything about humanity's place in the universe. And the ending, absolutely jaw-dropping. So buckle up, because this breakdown is going to cover every detail, every twist, and every hidden layer of Episode 7. Now before we jump into the ending, let's set the stage. Episode 6 left us on a massive cliffhanger. The crew discovered that the alien ruins they've been exploring don't just belong to some distant civilization, but that this alien race once lived on Earth itself millions of years ago. This revelation reframes the entire mission. Suddenly, it's not just about exploration or survival, it's about identity. Who are humans, really? Are we the dominant species of Earth by chance, or are we the inheritors of something far older, something alien? Episode 7 wastes no time digging deeper into this mystery. The opening of Episode 7 is hauntingly quiet. We see Dr. Elias wandering through the ruins before sunrise. The camera lingers on his face as he brushes his fingers across the carved alien symbols etched into the stone walls. His voiceover narration tells us what he's feeling, an unsettling mix of awe and dread. He admits that every discovery brings them closer to a truth he's not sure humanity is ready to face. Already we feel the tension that will dominate this episode, the hunger for knowledge colliding with the fear of what that knowledge might reveal. From there, the crew assembles at the central chamber of the ruins. Captain Mira, always the voice of authority, lays out their options. They can either continue exploring deeper into the ruins, risking further danger, or retreat to their temporary base and wait for potential rescue. But as we know, rescue is uncertain. Their communications have been patchy, and supplies are running low. Mira insists that their top priority is survival, but Elias argues otherwise. He believes the ruins hold the answers to why they were brought here, and possibly even a way to get home. The clash between Mira's pragmatism and Elias's obsession creates the first sparks of conflict in this episode. The supporting crew members also get their moments here, and Episode 7 does a great job of fleshing them out. We see Lieutenant Kael quietly working in the background, recording data on his wrist device. His demeanor is calm, almost too calm, compared to the growing tension around him. Then there's Hannah, the engineer, who voices what the audience is likely thinking. If this place has been buried for millions of years, why does it feel like it's still alive? This line hits hard, because it foreshadows what's coming later. The ruins are more than just ancient architecture. They're a living system, waiting for a trigger. About 20 minutes into the episode, we get our first major discovery. The crew uncovers a staircase leading to a sealed chamber beneath the ruins. The air is thick, almost breathable, but charged with static electricity. The moment they step inside, the chamber lights up with glowing patterns across the walls, alien technology that seems to respond to their presence. It's here that Elias finds what he calls the memory archive, a crystalline console that projects holographic images. These projections are the first clear glimpse into the aliens' history. The images show a thriving alien world, eerily resembling Earth in its landscapes. Towering cities of glass and stone rise under twin suns, with creatures that look both familiar and strange. The aliens appear humanoid but taller, with elongated limbs and luminous eyes. At first it looks like a utopia, but the recording quickly shifts, showing chaos, storms consuming cities, oceans swallowing continents, and finally, desperate groups of aliens boarding massive ships. The implication is undeniable. This species didn't just live on Earth. They fled to it after destroying their own homeworld. This revelation sends shockwaves through the crew. Hannah breaks down, asking why no one ever found evidence of this on Earth before. Elias speculates that the aliens erased their traces deliberately, hiding their existence until humanity was ready. Mira doesn't buy it. She believes these projections could be manipulations, warnings, or even traps. But Elias insists that the truth is undeniable. Humanity may be the legacy of this alien race, their genetic offspring designed to continue what they could not. The first act ends with a heated argument between Elias and Mira. Elias wants to stay and study the archive, convinced it holds the key to survival. Mira, however, insists they leave immediately. She's seen too many missions collapse because obsession overtakes common sense. The tension between them boils over, and the rest of the crew is forced to take sides. For the first time, unity cracks, and we see the fragile balance of trust begin to unravel. And just as the argument reaches its peak, we cut to Kael, standing silently in the shadows, sending a coded transmission on his wrist device. His message is clear. He's not just observing, he's reporting. The seeds of betrayal are planted. As episode 7 moves into its second act, the story takes on a much darker, more suspenseful tone. The crew's discovery of the holographic archive has opened the door to answers, but it has also created dangerous divisions among them. Captain Mira is determined to retreat and regroup, while Dr. Elias believes that leaving now would mean abandoning the most important discovery in human history. This clash of ideals, survival versus knowledge, runs like a fault line through every interaction in the episode. The tension escalates when Hana, the engineer, notices something unusual about the archive's interface. She discovers that the glowing symbols aren't random, they're reactive. When she touches them in sequence, they respond with specific patterns, almost like a language. At first, she experiments cautiously, unlocking images of alien cities and family structures. But as she goes deeper, the chamber shifts. The walls hum with energy, and the air itself begins to vibrate. It's as if the ruins are waking up, recognizing that humans are accessing their secrets. Mira sees this as a threat and orders everyone to stop, but Elias argues that they've already crossed the point of no return. He insists that the ruins were meant to be found, that this awakening isn't dangerous but intentional. His conviction borders on obsession, and you can see the crew beginning to question his judgment. The moral lines blur further when Kael steps forward with his own opinion. Calm and collected, he suggests that the technology here could give humanity a massive advantage if brought back to Earth. He doesn't say it outright yet, but his words drip with a subtle manipulation. He wants the crew to think about power, not just survival. As the group debates, paranoia begins to spread. Hana overhears whispers from two other crewmates who wonder aloud if Elias has lost his mind, or worse, if he's under some kind of alien influence. These small cracks in loyalty grow wider with every passing scene, setting up the inevitable breakdown of trust that defines the middle of this episode. Then the turning point arrives. Elias, frustrated with Mira's refusal to proceed, attempts to unlock another sequence in the archive. The chamber responds violently. Energy surges through the ruins, sending arcs of blue light across the walls. For a moment, holographic figures of the aliens themselves appear, not recordings this time, but interactive projections. They speak in a strange melodic language, their voices echoing in the chamber. Though the words are incomprehensible, the tone is urgent, almost pleading. Elias insists they're trying to communicate, while Mira yells that it's a warning. It's here that Kael makes his move. While the crew is distracted by the projections, he slips away to a concealed alcove and activates his wrist device. The camera cuts close to his face, revealing the cold determination in his eyes. He sends out a transmission, one we later learn is directed not to their command back on Earth, but to a covert military faction. His message is chilling in its simplicity. Coordinates confirmed. Alien tech secure. Awaiting extraction. This moment completely changes how we view Kael. Up until now, he's been a quiet, disciplined presence, a loyal officer who rarely challenged orders. But in episode 7, we learn the truth. Kael's loyalty has never been to the crew. His mission is to ensure the alien technology falls into the hands of Earth's military, no matter the cost. His betrayal isn't loud or dramatic. It's calculated, patient, and devastating. When Kael rejoins the group, he masks his actions flawlessly. He even supports Mira's call to withdraw, knowing it will keep suspicion off him. But Hana, ever observant, notices something odd about his wrist device. She doesn't confront him yet, but her wary glances foreshadow the storm that's coming. As the crew prepares to leave the chamber, the ruins react violently once more. The projections dissolve into blinding light, and the ground begins to tremble. The walls shift like moving machinery, and massive stone panels slide open to reveal glowing conduits of alien energy. The ruins aren't just responding, they're activating. It becomes clear that the crew has triggered some kind of automated defense or awakening protocol. Panic sets in. Mira shouts orders, telling everyone to evacuate, while Elias stands frozen, entranced by the spectacle. He whispers that this is proof the aliens wanted them to find this place, to awaken it. But Mira sees only danger. The crew scrambles toward the surface as the ruins shake violently, the glowing conduits pulsing like veins carrying energy to a long dormant heart. The sequence is breathtaking in its visuals, alien glyphs glowing like stars across the walls, energy waves rippling through the floor, and strange haunting sounds resonating like a chorus of voices. For a moment, it feels less like a structure and more like a living being stirring from an ancient slumber. And then, just as the crew reaches the exit, the ruins seal themselves shut. The massive stone doors slam closed, trapping them inside. The final shot of this act lingers on the crew's faces. Mira's determination, Elias's awe, Hana's growing fear, and Kael's secret satisfaction. The ruins are awake now, and there's no turning back. As we move into the final act of episode 7, the tone shifts from tense exploration to pure survival. The ruins are no longer dormant, they are fully awake. The chamber pulses with energy, and the crew realizes that by accessing the archive, they've triggered a system designed to test, or perhaps judge, those who enter. The air crackles with electricity, and the holographic figures return, their melodic voices sharper, more urgent. Though the language is alien, the meaning is unmistakable. The humans have been recognized, but not yet trusted. Captain Mira takes command,
ordering the team to fall back and find another exit. Her voice is steady, but the camera catches her trembling hands, showing just how much the situation is pushing her limits. Dr. Elias, on the other hand, is captivated by the unfolding events. He insists the aliens are offering knowledge, not punishment, and if they can just hold their ground, they'll learn the truth. This philosophical divide, Mira's survival instinct versus Elias's thirst for discovery, boils to the surface in a heated confrontation. It's at this point that Lieutenant Kael's betrayal explodes into the open. Hana, unable to stay silent any longer, confronts him about the transmissions she intercepted. She accuses him of sending their coordinates to Earth, of putting the crew at risk for his own agenda. The confrontation is explosive. Kael doesn't deny it. He embraces it. He declares that humanity cannot afford to let such power remain buried. The aliens failed, he argues, because they were weak, but humans can learn from their mistakes and wield the technology as weapons. To Kael, this mission isn't about survival or discovery. It's about dominance. The crew is horrified. Mira tries to arrest him, but Kael fights back, triggering a violent struggle in the heart of the ruins. Weapons are drawn, voices shout over each other, and in the chaos, the ruins respond. The alien systems interpret the conflict as hostility, and the entire chamber shifts into defense mode. Massive constructs rise from the ground, towering figures of energy and stone, guardians built to protect the archive. Their glowing forms cast eerie shadows, and their movements are precise, mechanical, unstoppable. Panic spreads. The crew fires their weapons, but the guardians absorb the energy like it's nothing. Mira orders a retreat, but the exits are sealed. The only way out, Elias realizes, is to complete the sequence on the archive, to prove to the ruins that they are not enemies. With Hana's help, he frantically deciphers the patterns, trying to mimic the symbols shown by the projections. Each step they take brings the guardians closer, and one by one, the crew members are forced to make split-second choices: fight, flee, or trust Elias's gamble. The climax comes when Kael, in his desperation, tries to seize the archive for himself. He shoves Elias aside and begins inputting random commands, demanding the ruins recognize his authority. But the system does the opposite. The guardians turn on him, identifying him as a threat. In a blinding flash of light, Kael is engulfed by the energy. His scream echoes through the chamber before his body disintegrates into nothingness. It's a chilling final end for a character who thought he could control forces far greater than himself. With Kael gone, the ruins begin to stabilize. Elias, shaken but resolute, finishes the sequence. The guardians freeze in place, their glowing forms dissolving back into the walls. The projections return one final time, showing images of both the aliens and humanity, two species intertwined, as if one gave birth to the other. The message is cryptic but profound. Humanity is not an accident. We are the continuation of something ancient, something alien. The ruins then release their hold, and the exits open once more. The surviving crew stumbles out into the fading light of the alien world, exhausted and shaken. Mira, hardened by the ordeal, declares that they must leave this place behind. It's too dangerous, too unpredictable. But Elias disagrees. Holding the alien data core in his hands, he whispers, "This changes everything." His voice carries both wonder and dread, as if he knows the truth they've uncovered could either save humanity or doom it. The final scene of episode 7 is haunting. The camera lingers on the ruins as they settle back into silence, their glowing patterns fading like embers. But just before the screen cuts to black, we see something chilling. Deep within the ruins, a new system activates, one that wasn't triggered by the crew. A massive structure shifts, and a low hum resonates across the landscape, hinting that the awakening has only just begun. The screen fades, leaving us with a cliffhanger that promises even greater revelations in the episodes to come. Now, let's break down what this ending really means. Kael's death isn't just the removal of a traitor, it's a symbolic warning. His obsession with power mirrors the downfall of the alien race, suggesting that humanity risks repeating the same mistakes. Elias's survival, on the other hand, represents the possibility of balance, of seeking knowledge not for dominance, but for understanding. Mira embodies the survival instinct, the voice of caution, reminding us that not all truths are safe to uncover. Together, these characters form a living debate about what humanity should be in the face of greater power. The reveal that humanity might be genetically linked to the aliens is one of the biggest twists of the series so far. It reframes the entire narrative. Not only are humans descendants of this ancient race, but their destiny might be tied to finishing what the aliens started. Are humans meant to thrive where the aliens failed, or are they doomed to repeat the cycle of destruction? The ambiguity keeps viewers guessing, and episode 7 smartly leaves the question open-ended. The ruins awakening also raises major questions. If the systems responded so violently to a small conflict among the crew, what will happen now that they've been fully activated? Are there other ruins across this world, or even back on Earth waiting to awaken? And what about the final shot, hinting that a deeper system has been triggered? Could the aliens themselves still be watching, guiding, or even manipulating events from afar? In conclusion, Episode 7 is a turning point for Alien Earth. It's not just about survival anymore, it's about identity, morality, and the dangers of knowledge. The ending delivers action, heartbreak, and revelation all at once, leaving viewers desperate to see what happens next. It challenges us to ask, if we discovered we were not truly alone, if we were the legacy of an ancient fallen race, what would we do with that knowledge? Would we rise above, or would we fall just like they did? So what do you think? Was Kael doomed from the start, or could he have been redeemed? Do you believe Elias is right, that humanity is the aliens' continuation, or do you think the ruins are manipulating them with illusions? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Alien Earth breakdowns, episode recaps, and deep dive theories.